Every day, we go about our routines. Work, home, family. Every day, we go about our routines. Work, home, family. Work, home, family.
Another nightmare?
Work, home, family. Work,
Sleeping okay?
I don't understand why you won't get some help.
Because they're gonna say it's in my head.
It is just in your head.
Please wake up.
I think these dreams are the future. What if something bad is coming?
You see that? You kidding? Of course I can.
What is that? This is what you saw?
It's an invasion. If we stay here, we die.
What's happening out there has been headed our way for a very long time.
I know what's gonna happen. I need you to trust me. You'll be safe.
They're coming.
In your nightmares. Did you see them kill us?
This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Review. What I'm looking at today is Netflix's Extinction, an alien invasion movie for the thinking man, if you will. If you're a fan of science fiction, and if you're watching Extermination, you probably are, you know that Independence Day was a dumb movie. Now, no, don't get me wrong. I liked Independence Day. Heck, I enjoyed Independence Day. But on the whole, it was pretty dopey. I mean, the whole notion that aliens would have a computer system that is hackable by our virus is just, it's insanely nonsense. And there are other moments in that film that I could go into, but this is not a critique of Independence Day. Only to state the fact that it's a silly movie. Extinction is more clever than Independence Day. It's not as bombastic. It's not as, visually speaking, spectacular as Independence Day. But it's a much better movie. It's a much cleverer movie than Independence Day, though not as clever as it likes to think, which I'll go into. Extinction begins with Michael Peña's character, whose name is Peter. He's having nightmares is actually more accurate, and they involve violence, explosions, and an invasion by unknown forces, though seemingly alien. And he keeps having this nightmare, and eventually it begins to alienate his wife, his family, and people around him. So he's asked to go to a doctor to check it out. And he doesn't, but he picks up clues along the way that this dream is bigger, far bigger than anyone could imagine. And he ends up right. As I said, it's a clever movie. Not as clever as it thinks it is, but it is clever. And it has a nice twist to it on the whole alien invasion theme. And it, for the most part, works really well. Does it work perfectly? No, it doesn't. You can find holes in it, no doubt, if you look close enough. Certain things don't quite iron out. Certain things don't quite make sense. But that's fairly obvious, and they're relatively small, and you can tell that they're things that are done to forward the narrative, to make this all make sense. And for the most part, it does. As I said, it's clever, it's thought-provoking, it's interesting, and it follows a familiar trend of other Netflix movies as of late, such as Tao, in which they deal with the effect of AI on humanity. And it's kind of almost like a package deal, if you will, in the sense that Tao handles things from one perspective, and Extinction handles things from another. It's a pretty good movie. It's enjoyable. It's well acted. Though I think what would have made it slightly better would have been to give more emphasis on the alien invasion. And that wouldn't necessarily get in the way of what Peter was feeling, the nightmares and so on. You could still work with that, but give more hints of that invasion. Like with Independence Day, when you had the images of the spaceships approaching Earth. Do that. That's what this movie, that's what Extinction should have done. Had images of the spaceships, just one or two shots, lasting a few seconds, all that is needed, approaching the Earth. It would heighten the sense of menace, it would heighten the sense of impending doom, but perhaps more importantly, it would help with the twist, which I'm not telling you about. Watch the damn movie yourself. It would help with that immensely, because it would help steer your expectations in one area while juking to the other. So it would have done so much more to help this movie along. But even without that, Extinction was enjoyable, it was clever, and it's the type of movie that works better on the second viewing. With the first viewing, I was wondering, why is this person doing that? That doesn't make any sense. This is really odd. So, on watching it the second time, it's like, okay, I get why this is happening. I get why that is happening. It's one of the rare movies that is made better on the second viewing. So, if you haven't seen Netflix's Extinction, check it out. It's pretty clever, it's fun, it's action-packed, and it's a good time. This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com. Peace.